My dear students, I am going to discuss some questions in physics numericals. First question is, a stone is dropped from the top of a tower 500-meter high into a pond of water at the base of the tower. When is the splash heard at the top? When g equals to 10 meter per second square and speed of sound equals to 340 meter per second. The solution is, for the stone falling from the tower, u, that is initial velocity, equals to 0 meter per second because it was in the resting position, so initial velocity will be 0. Acceleration equals to a, that is equals to z, because it is falling, so it will be acceleration due to gravity, and that is equals to 10 meter per second square, it is given, and distance equals to s, and that is equals to height, because it is situated from the ground level upper state, so that is 500 meter, and time equals to t equals to what we have to calculate. So from the equation of motion we know s equals to ut plus half et square. So s is given 500 meter, that is 500 equals to 0 into t, because u is 0, plus half at square, half and a is 10 into t square. So this implies 500 equals to 1 by 2 into 10 into 10 square, to 5 is 10, it will be cancelled, so 100 equals to, 500 equals to 5t square. So this implies t square equals to 500 by 5, that is equals to 100, and therefore t equals to square root of 100, that is equals to 10 seconds. So time taken by the sound to travel from pond to top of the tower equals to distance by speed, that is 500 by 340, that is 1.47 seconds. So the total time taken is equals to 10 plus 1.47, because 10 here this time and 1.47 this. So this is total time is become 11.47 seconds. Second question is, a ball is dropped from a height of 10 meters. If the energy of the ball reduces by 40% after striking the ground, how much high can the ball bounce back? And here g equals to 10 meter per second square, it is given. So solution is, total loss of potential energy of the ball equals to mgh. That means in the form of potential energy, mgh formula is there of potential energy. Total loss we can find out. So energy available for bouncing back equals to 100 minus 40%. That means 60%. It is available energy. So since mass of the ball and the value of g remains the same, hence height to which the ball bounces is equals to 60% of 10 meter, that is 60 by 100 into 10 meter, So 0, 0 in the numerator and 0, 0 in the denominator cancel. So left 6 meter. This is the answer. The third question is, a light and a heavy object have the same momentum. Find out the ratio of their kinetic energies. Which one has a larger kinetic energy? So the solution is, so for lighter object, we suppose mass equals to m1, velocity equals to v1, and that's why its momentum p1 equals to mass into velocity, that is equals to m1 v1. And for a heavier object, mass equals to m2 when velocity equals to v2, so momentum equals to p2, and that is equals to mass into velocity, so that is m2 into v2, m2 v2. Now according to question, you know that momentum are equal, that's why p1 equals to p2, because momentum of the lighter object is equals to momentum of the larger object, heavier object. So p1 equals to p2. This implies m1 v1 equals to m2 v2. For m1 is smaller than m2, that means lighter object mass is m1 and m2 is heavier object. So m1 is smaller than m2. It means that v1 is greater than v2, because m1 into v2 equals m1 into v1 equals to m2 into v2, and here m1 is smaller, so v1 should be greater. Then only both can be equal, their product will be equal. If m1 is smaller, m2 is larger, then it is sure that v1 will be greater, v2 will be smaller. So v1 is greater and v2 is smaller. So we can write kinetic energy 1, that means kinetic energy of the lighter object is equals to 1 by 2 m1 v1 square, and kinetic energy 2 equals to, that means of heavier object, equals to 1 by 2 m2 v2 square. And so kinetic energy 1, that is half m1 v1 square, can be written as half m1 v1 into v1, and m1 v1 is p1, so it can be written as half p1 into v1, that means 1 by 2 p1 v1 is kinetic energy 1. And kinetic energy 2 is half m2 v2 square, that can be written as half m2 v2 into v2, and you know that m2 into v2 is p2, so we can say that kinetic energy 2 is equals to 1 by 2 p2 into v2. Now ratio of kinetic energies. Kinetic energy 1 by kinetic energy 2. That means kinetic energy of the lighter object by kinetic energy of the heavier object. That is equals to 1 by 2 P1 B1 by 1 by 2 P2 B2. Here it is given in the question that momentum of the lighter object and heavier object both are equal. So since P1 equals to P2, 1 by 2 P1 in the numerator, 1 by 2 P2 in the denominator, both will be cancelled, and that is equals to left V1 by V2. And since V1 is greater than V2, so kinetic energy 1 is greater than kinetic energy 2. So if kinetic energy 1 is greater than kinetic energy 2, this means lighter object will have larger kinetic energy. Thank you. If you like, please share and subscribe.